Hi guys, I'm back. For today's video, it's actually gonna be another ranking video. Way back in June, I have actually ranked all of the palettes. The keyword is used. All the palettes I used from January to June. No, from January to May, and then I said on that video that I will do it by month, but I didn't because life happened. I just got a lot of orders and then some personal stuff that has happened to me that I was not in the right mental condition to do videos, but now I am back. That's why I've been active again on this platform. And for today's video, I am actually going to show you guys all the palettes that I use on my those eyeshadows and my now left and behind. So I do this projects, these challenges to in order for me to rotate my eyeshadow palette. Since I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, I need to use them. I'm not the type to just buy something and then not use them because they are new or because I don't want them to get destroyed or what. I buy to consume. That's why I want to use all of these palettes. For the month of June to September, I managed to use 17 palettes. So for today, we're gonna rank 17 palettes. So I am gonna show you the palette, and then maybe I'm gonna show you the close-up with a B-roll. And I'm not gonna swatch everything in here because it would take me a very long time to do this video. But yeah, some of these palettes already have their dedicated video, and I'm just gonna put the end card in here. But if I do that very late, you can just search my channel because it's all in there. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna start with number 17, and sometimes I forget what number I am now, so I'm just gonna pop on the number and then the name of the palette, and I'm actually also gonna indicate if the palette is still available or not, because I love to use all palettes regardless if they are still available or if they are no longer available. Number 17 would go to this, the Kowloon number 8 palette. So if this palette seems familiar, it's because they tried to do the Cherry Ambition palette. The palette contains all shimmers, like some of them are multi-chrome, some of them are duochrome, some of them are metallics. And this brand, which is also, by the way, a cbeauty, but this brand is really cheap, like dirt cheap. I usually don't like to call products cheap because I don't like the word cheap, but this is really cheap. Yeah, so I have already made a comparison video between these two palettes that I am talking about, and this one didn't meet my expectations for a affordable cbeauty brand. So this palette, I don't know, it's just sucks. It sucks. Like all of these shadows sucks. Like it's hard for me to apply this one because I have to like really dig into that. You can see I really have to do that in order for me to have this decent swatch. It's hard for the brush for it to pick up, and the overall quality of this palette, the shadows are really lackluster, and I don't know, like if you want to try this color story or the shadows, just get the original palette because it's really worth the money. And this one just sucks. That's all I can say. It sucks. And the packaging actually, it's so hard to open. Like I really have to, like, it's hard to open. So yeah. Number 16 goes to these O.TWO.O Taro Purple palette. O.TWO.O I think is a cbeauty brand, but some Arab content creators use this palette, so I don't know if the brand itself is Arab, that's manufactured in China, or if it's just really popular in China, but I mean in Arab countries. But yeah, so as you can see, the color story itself is, it's like that soft movie pinky kind of vibe. Although they look really pretty on the pan, once you apply them, they don't really show up. Like these mattes look almost the same when you apply them on the eyes, and the shimmers take some effort in order for them to show up. And some of the mattes are actually blended into nothing, or they blend in this some sort of a gray brown kind of one shadow. I don't know. Although I've hit pin on this one, I just really don't like the quality and the output that this palette gets. That's why it's on number 16. Number 15 goes to this Elf Mint Melt Quad. So this is the chocolate mint quad. This is a limited edition quad, and I believe that you can no longer get this from the official website, but maybe some floating around on Shopee, eBay, Amazon. I don't know. This ranks at number 15 because of the color story. I heard that the quality of these quads from Elf are actually really good. Like a lot of content creators, especially way back like 6 years ago, like the first time they were released, I know a lot of people were raving them. Like these two mattes are really good. These two shimmers are just regular shimmers. They are lackluster, but this green right here isn't really impactful. If these two shimmers are really like pigmented or are like really glimmery or are really eye-catching, then this quad would have been higher. But since shimmers in the color story, because I don't know how can you pair this really light mint kind of green with these two dark mattes, aside from using it as some sort of inner corner shade. In order for this to pop, I need to use a darker green shimmer from other palettes. That's why it's ranking low, because it's lacking. 14 goes to this brand. I cannot ever pronounce this correctly, this brand, but it's, I think they used to sell on TikTok, and then they went to Shopee, and now they're, maybe the brand itself no longer exists. If you know something about this brand, please let me know. But I think this brand no longer exists. So this is her. This is the color story. It's neutrals with a pop of red and this orangey yellow kind of gold shadow. This palette ranks lower because of the quality of the shimmers. They are just your regular shimmers. They are not the metallic, glimmery, shiny kind of shimmers. They are just regular shimmers. And the mattes are okay. The mattes are okay. They show up. They are they have pigment. The black is actually quite good, but the shimmers are just, they're like 2018, 2017 kind of shimmer. That's why it's, it's lower. And number 14, this is the P Flash Cranberries Cookies palette. So it's a mainly like a peachy, pinky kind of a warm color story. It ranks at number 13 because I'm not really into warm eyeshadows, like a warm color story that doesn't have much of like darker tones in order for me to create like a depth or definition on my eyes. And I don't like pressed glitters like this 2018, 2017 pressed glitters. I don't like this. And the mattes in here, if you apply them on the eyes, all of them are like orange tones. If actually the mattes in here have like variety in tones, maybe like a pinky warm, like an orangey warm or a yellowy warm, and then maybe if the shimmers, they improve the shimmers, I think this would be a really good palette. But since the shimmers are like just your typical shimmers, they are not metallic, they're not glimmery, they're not really impactful. So yeah, not really my vibe. Number 12, this is the Zodiac by Colourpop in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I am kind of surprised that this one is not in the lowest of lows, because I used to tell you guys that this is a palette that made me lose my interest with Colourpop, because I've heard that the Colourpop is great or affordable, the quality is good, but when I when I tried this palette, I was not really impressed. But yeah, I have two more Colourpop palettes that has a great quality than this one. So yeah, but I have used this last month for my Pandox eyeshadows, and I actually like the mattes in here because the mattes in here are like pigmented, except for the Aquarius shade. This Aquarius shade, like, just throw it in the bin. The shimmers are okay. They're regular shimmers, and this one's more of like a gray kind of. It feels gray, but it looks really gorgeous in the Isis shade. Yeah, this Aries one, it sucks. Like, I don't know. So the Aquarius and the Aries shades are the reason why I haven't touched this palette, but it's on number 12 because I like most of the mattes. They are pigmented and they are blendable. Okay, number 11 is from the brand that I cannot pronounce the name. I've used this first on like February, and then this one was on my Pandox eyeshadows for the month of June, and now she's back. This palette does not want to leave my project names. So this is the purple variant, and this is the pinky purple movie kind of color story. Although the shimmers are like your just typical shimmers, I actually really like them. And this hot pink is actually pigmented. I used this yesterday on my latest shorts, and yeah, if actually the shimmers in here are like glimmery and impactful, I think this would have been like in top 3, but since they're just your regular shimmers, they are kind of low. But yeah, I wish that this brand would reformulate their eyeshadows and then bring back this series, because this one is actually really gorgeous. And I mean, these two are so gorgeous, and I think they are perfect for the Halloween season. Number 10. Okay, so number 10. This one, it's in 10th place. Not because the quality sucks. Actually, the quality in here is really, really good, but it's on number 10 because of my number of usage with this palette. So I've used this palette, this Zeesea fireworks. No, Zeesea Rainbow Wings palette. I've used this way back in May. I've used this a lot in May. That's why I didn't reach for this as much last month, because in May I rolled in this one for a Pandox eyeshadows, and then last month another shade was rolled in, and I just used the shade like 4 times, and then I just didn't reach for the palette again. So yeah, this is a color story. It's like neutrals with a pop of some colors, but the mattes in here are really good. They are pigmented, they are blendable, they are a dream to work with, and the shimmers in here are really interesting. Some of them are like regular shimmers, some of them are like metallic shimmers, some of them are like duochrome flaky kind of shimmer. The only downside is this pressed glitter. If this one is like a regular shimmer, I think this palette would have been perfect. But yeah, I only reached for this like 4 times. That's why it's kind of low, because there are palettes that I reached more. That's why they were ranked higher. But it doesn't mean that the quality of this palette sucks. It's not. Okay, number 9. This is a taro milk tea from the brand You Can Be. Number 9. What? 1, 2, 3. So number 9, because it's a really, really good, like a really, really pretty color story. I just don't like that there are like 3 kind of beige shades in here. I don't think you really need 3 matte beige in a single palette. I think that if 2 of them are like shimmers and the one is just darker, I think this would have been a perfect palette for neutral cool tone lovers. But yeah, the shimmers in here are actually really good. Some of them are metallic, some of them are like glimmery, and the mattes in here, they're okay. They did show up, but if this color story reminds you of something, it's by the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, because I think this palette kind of a duped that eyeshadow palette. But yeah, it's in number 9 because it's in number 9. I don't have anywhere else to put this palette. And then at number 8, from the same brand and from the same line with this kind of packaging, this is the You Can Be Rose palette. It's in number 8 because it's in number 8. They ranked higher than the previous ones because this row of shimmers, they're all metallic, they're really gorgeous, and the mattes in here, although they look really ashy and really like dead, I really like this kind of color story because you can actually pair them by row. And when you actually apply this on the eyes, especially if you're like a fair and light skin tone, these ones look really gorgeous. I know that this type of shadows doesn't really work well on darker skin tones, but yeah, light and fair skin tones can pull off this color story. Number 7. This is a perfect diary red fox palette. I would have never imagined a warm tone red orange kind of color story would rank in my top 7, but it actually does. The superstars in this palette is actually the matte ones because the matte ones are so gorgeous. Most of the shimmers are more of like your glittery topper kind of shimmers. If some of the shimmers are like your regular shimmers that I would just like put on my lids, I think this would have maybe in my top 5. But yeah, the mattes are really good. The shimmers, these glitter shimmers, they look really good with like a strong shimmer base, and then just put them on, and you're like glittery everywhere. Number 6 goes to the Beauty Glazed Mint palette. So this is her. It's a fruity kind of color story, and oh my god, this palette looks really dirty. I'm so sorry for that. But yeah, it's a number 6 because I really like this. The quality of the shimmers and the mattes are actually good, but yeah, if we are being really realistic here, this is not a standalone palette. This is not something that you can wear day to night because of the lack of a darker matte in here. If there's like maybe like a dark brown or like a dark something dark, something like maybe like a dark green or a dark pink, I think this would have been a standalone like day to night palette. But since this is just mainly citrusy kind of daytime palette, it kind of ranks a little lower, but not really so low because, as I've said, I really like the quality of the shimmers and the mattes in this palette. I think it's a perfect like kind of a summery kind of palette. And at number 5, I'm shocked because I think this would have been like in number 3, number 2, but number 5. This is the LA Girl Downplay palette. It's a really gorgeous, like day to night, smoky glam kind of color story. These 2 shimmers in here are so good. These metallic shimmers in here are so good, and then these 2 are more of like your regular shimmers, but they are so pigmented. They are in number 5 because it's just a neutral kind of palette, but since the shimmers in here are actually really good, that's why it ranked higher than some of the gorgeous palettes you have seen. Top 4. Okay, so number 4 goes to the Beauty Glazed Truffle palette. This palette will remind you one of those Huda Beauty palettes. I don't know which one, but it kind of does remind you, but they actually changed the tones. they made it more of like a cool tone, kind of like a pinky kind of a color story with some warm shadows. I like this palette because although it's neutral for the most part, it's kind of like that girly kind of like neutrals with the pinks, the warm oranges, and I actually really like these shimmers, although they are not the metallic shimmers. They are actually just gorgeous in the eyes. The only downside to this is the shimmers are more of like the creamy, squishy kind of texture. So if you have oily eyelids, just use eye primer when using this one in order for the shimmers not to move around your eyelids too much. But for the price, for the color story, for the quality, I think it's really, really gorgeous. And if you don't want to spend so much money on an eyeshadow palette, Beauty Glazed has some really affordable and good quality palettes. Right, at number 3, this is the Zeesea Chestnut Clean palette. Again, it's a neutral color story, but the quality, it's the quality for me. Like this, these two mattes, so yummy. And then these two are actually like your glittery kind of toppers, but they are actually really gorgeous over shadows. And this one, I've hit pan on this because I mainly use this on my inner corners for that glittery kind of bright aerosol. And then this one is your regular shimmer, but this one is actually really, really good as an inner corner highlight. And I love that in this palette you can go on the brownie neutral look, or maybe like the orangey kind of like is that pumpkin spice latte kind of vibes. So yeah, I really love reaching out for this palette because of the quality of the shadows. Number 2, can you guess what number 2? So number 2 is a Beauty Glazed Silver Mist palette. This is her. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cool tone color story. But what I love about this is we have like 3 directions. You can either go with that bluey kind of like smoky eyes, or just straight up like a silver smoky eyes, or maybe you can do some sort of like a brown tone, cool toned smoky eyes. And the shimmers in here are actually really, really good, especially these two. They are so glimmery, so metallic. And then this one, although it looks like your regular shimmer, it actually looks really, really good as a inner highlight color story. And even this blue one, it actually shows up on the eyes, like maybe just like 2 layers. It's good. And then also this it's a matte black with ultra fine grain shimmer. What I love about this one is is the glitter itself does not fade away into nothing. It actually stays on there. Like, let me show you guys. Yeah, can you see? The green glitter is still there. And then at number 1, can you guess? The Beauty Glazed Color Flame palette. So when I actually first got this palette, I was overwhelmed by the colorful mattes. The colorful mattes in here are actually really, really pigmented, and I remember not touching this palette so much because of the mattes. But since I've rolled in this one last month, I can't stop reaching out for this palette, and the mattes are so pigmented, just so pigmented, and it's just a dream to work on. So this palette, they tried to do the Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette, although they changed some shades and then they omitted 2 shadows, but for the most part, this is duping that palette. So if you are looking for the colorful mattes, the shimmers in here are actually good. They are more of the creamy kind of shadow, but I gravitate towards the mattes in this palette because it's just so good. Alright guys, so those are the palettes that I use for this month, for the month of June to September. And I actually was really surprised that a colorful, like a full-on colorful eyeshadow palette with ultra pigmented mattes would be my top one in any ranking. But yeah, since I started experimenting with colorful eyeshadow looks. I am becoming more and more and more appreciative and actually craving for more colorful looks. And yeah, I know I'm not in the level of like those creative or colorful girlies like Betty Jean from Batty Bean. Who else? Like Ali Dawson. They are like the ones who just stick on colorful eyeshadow looks. But yeah, I just tend to do looks that are like more of a wearable and easy for me. I don't do those crazy like graphic stuff because I'm just here at home and I just don't want to scare my neighbors with my crazy looks. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and please let us know what are your current favorite palettes in the comments below if you like, and if you like my content, please subscribe, like, comment, and thank you so much for all those people who do. It's really, really appreciated, and I am a road to 800 subscribers, which is like, oh my god, thank you so much, you guys, for watching my content, and I hope you stick around for more. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope you have a nice day, stay safe, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye guys!